Today we're here at Hiker in the Burbage Valley and we're going to look at the adidas Terrex Hiker 2. Before I get into the details of the Hiker 2, the one thing I'd say is these shoes were fun, which is not normally something I would say about a walking boot. These shoes are light, bouncy and stylish, perfect for somewhere like the Peak District on spring or summer-like trails. But in the mountains, they definitely have their limitations, which is totally fine because that's definitely not what they're designed for. adidas Terrex have created something clever here. This shoe sort of bridges a weird gap, that gap from country parks into outdoor user. Those people that haven't explored the outdoors much or just want to do it at weekends and have a really nice time doing it. If you're looking for a shoe that feels really similar to your everyday shoe or trainer, but with some extra outdoor features, this is perfect. And that's probably a lot of people. The Hiker 2 is made of some quite unusual materials for a walking boot. It has a lightweight laminated upper, it has this crazy boost foam, and is fully Gore-Tex lined. This boot sort of stroke shoe design is something that we're starting to see a lot more of. It's effectively an outdoor shoe, but with a soft cuff on the top. So it's sort of like a mid, but like not really like a mid. Like a boot, but not really like a boot. You confused yet? So what I'm trying to say is this is actually a really good outdoor shoe with some extra ankle support, which is perfect for places like the Peak District. Adidas make a lot of sports shoes, and that definitely comes through in the quality of the upper materials and the laminations. Everything on this shoe is lightweight, well finished and durable. The upper of the Hiker 2 is definitely more akin to something like a trail running shoe, which has its advantages and disadvantages. It's lightweight, soft, but if you bash things like heavy rocks or you walk down scree, you're definitely going to feel it through the upper. This shoe comes with a full Gore-Tex lining, which I actually really like in lightweight footwear. There's not loads of heavy material holding onto water, restricting the heat that can escape out through the liner. It's almost like Gore-Tex liners just work better in lighter weight footwear. I guess one of the most eye-catching features of this shoe is the Adidas Boost foam. Normally, this foam is associated with Adidas trainers and running shoes, but it's actually put to really good use in the Hiker 2. It gives you this bouncy, floaty feeling. It's actually almost like wearing a fat bike on your feet. The Boost foam itself actually does an incredible job of gliding over small rocks and gravel. One of the big disadvantages of the Boost foam is that it's squidgy underfoot. And that means that holding an edge or climbing some technical rock is sort of a bit of a no-no. So I can quite confidently say this is probably not the shoe to buy if you're going over Striding Edge or Crib Goch, but it is perfect for most everyday valley trails. The Hiker 2 uses a continental sole unit and has a lugged pattern which is pretty similar to most trail or running shoes. This lug pattern is actually very good on wet grassy slopes, dry rock and compact trails. I've had the Hiker 2 for a whole full winter and I've got really no complaints about durability. It is worth remembering that they're a lightweight boot, so just in their nature, they have limits in durability. But for something like this, it's definitely faring pretty well. It's worth mentioning that if you're used to a more traditional leather walking boot, you're probably not going to enjoy the Hiker 2. It feels modern, new school and bouncy. But if you are someone that wears trail shoes or regular gym trainers, you're probably going to really enjoy what the Hiker 2 has to offer. I personally am using these shoes a lot. I use them for going bouldering at my local crags in the Peak, going for family walks, and just generally doing fun stuff outside. It's fair to say these are not a super technical boot, but they do everything that you need to have a really nice time outside.